And so far this year, there have been more tornadoes in the state of Illinois than any state in the nation by a long shot.
Tonight, our NBC Chicago investigative team looks into a plan by the White House to drastically cut spending on weather research and the tornado forecast that helped keep all of us safe. Our investigative reporter Chuck Goudie in studio tonight with more details on that. Chuck?
Allison, Stephan, this year Illinois towns have been touched and toppled by a record number of tornadoes, more than 220 so far, not including this week. Homes have been wrecked, lives derailed, and as the twisters keep on coming, government weather research is a mess. Tonight, experts say the culprits are in Washington, that the administration first gutted the National Weather Service during DOGE and is now aiming to make huge cuts in funding to the forecasters that keep us all safe. As tornadoes spin across Illinois at a record rate this year, NBC5 Investigates has learned that the state right now has set a new American record for the number of tornado warnings issued by the National Weather Service. 463 tornado warnings so far this year. Data shows that number is more than Texas, more than Oklahoma, and more than all the Tornado Alley states in the Great Plains. Astonishingly, Illinois' 463 tornado warnings this year is more than the warnings in all those states combined. What the heck is happening here?
I think everybody across the Midwest, but certainly Northern Illinois, we're all coming up for air this afternoon after what has been just an incredibly active couple of days. A couple of days and a couple of relentless Illinois months, according to Northern Illinois University Earth, Atmosphere, and Environment Director Victor Gensini. But it's not the twisters here that have Gensini most concerned. It's the Trump administration's budget plan to chop more than a quarter of research funding for NOAA, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, and closure of the National Severe Storms Laboratory. Gensini says that would be on top of previous cuts to the National Weather Service. If you go back to where this all started, it was DOGE, and it was the fork in the road email that all federal employees basically received saying, here's your opportunity to get out of the federal workforce early. A lot of senior individuals did that. They took their early retirement package, and none of those positions were backfilled, at least immediately.
On the chopping block, some of the experts who deploy these weather balloons used to shape forecasts, including the tornado warnings that Illinois now leads the nation in.
These balloon data observations go into our weather models and are a very important component to making forecasts. And so we need to get these offices staffed immediately so we can get that weather balloon data back. Otherwise, our forecasts are going to continue to suffer.
Gensini says people rely on those forecasts for safety and convenience and the warnings as a matter of life or death. As for the administration's weather budget now being reviewed by Congress, some of the White House complaints focus on too much attention to global warming, so-called green scam programs, and a perception that weather agencies promote a DEI agenda. But tonight, even some Republicans in Congress are pushing back on severe weather-related cuts. One expert telling us the weather should always be bipartisan. Not a good forecast for these budget cuts.
No, because we all have to deal with it. Is this something the state of Illinois can do anything about, or is it has to be a national program?
These are national federal organizations that get money from the feds.
Wow. So that could take some time then to get that funded.
Right.
Thank you, Chuck.
Thank you, Chuck.